Hello everyone, I am Crota giving you this shoutcasting game number 1 in a series between Worker and Agatha. It is gonna be Agatha spawning as the blue human player on the bottom left hand side of Secret Valley. Meanwhile, Worker has spawned as the yellow orc on the top right. This is gonna be your classic human versus orc matchup. And we'll see how these players are going to play this particular game. Now, what am I expecting to see here? I am expecting to see a Blade Master going up against an Archmage, and Agatha is a player that I believe I featured on my channel many times before, just nothing recently, so I don't know if Agatha has been away from the scene, or if maybe perhaps Agatha is rusty, or perhaps I just haven't been really following the scene as of late, and Agatha could be a really strong player as of late. So don't know who's going to be winning this particular match this early on just quite yet, but I am looking forward to seeing what Agatha and Worker bring to the table together. Now, Archmage going to do a good job making sure to clear out that Water Elemental, not giving any extra experience. Meanwhile, Blade Master coming across, getting a little bit of damage. Oh, trying to get that Null Brute, unable to do so, as we now see the Archmage heading off to the north. Normally, there is Militia following, and you sometimes can see a human player do a fast expansion attempt right with that Blade Master nearby. Arcane Tower is just the bane of a Blade Master more often than not, as the Blade Master now looking around, trying to figure out where his opponent is. There's the Grunt there's the Archmage, as the Archmage and Water Elemental are already joining in on the fights here to try and put pressure on these Orc burrows. Now, if you do not know, the Orc burrow is perhaps the weakest portion of the entire Orc army. It has heavy armor, so that means that the Water Elemental can deal full damage to it. Now, what's going to be happening here, a lot of workers are trying to, or purposely trying to spend a lot of just gold repairing this particular Orc burrow. As you see, the Orc burrow now still getting repaired, not extra additional overtime work, as the Archmage does get to level 2 with the help of Militia and Infinite Range. Now, Archmage is going to be picking up that Dust of Appearance, still wandering around, has Boots of Speed as well, as the Blade Master now going to double back around, knowing that the Archmage most likely wants to stop and delay another burrow. Alright, Wind Walking attack already. Water Elemental dealing bonus damage, because even though it is heavy armor, it has an armor of 0 right now, or sorry, it has no effective armor, so it takes full damage from everything. Now, the Footman is not going to be able to finish this off here, as the Archmage is now backing off. Archmage really not doing the necessary damage that he needs in order to get ahead, but he is using the Fountain of Health in the corners in order to not have to spend the necessary gold. Oftentimes you see the Archmage purposely going into those arcane vaults. Instead, that is not going to be the case. Picking up a Circlet of Nobility, a very nice item here, as the Footmen are now looking to back away. Archmage purposely trying to hide. Nope, wait. Pulling the Red Drake over. Blade Master may get a free Footman in this engagement here. As you can see, there is the Wind Walk. There is that Footman. Footman does get taken down, as Worker really starting to close in on that gap. Alright, the text to Tier 2 should be nearing completion. We should be looking at perhaps a Mountain King coming out from the Archmage, or, well, from Agatha. And we should also be looking at dual Arcane Vault, or dual Arcane Sanctums with perhaps an Arcane Vault. Arcane Sanctum number 1 and number 2 is already being added here, as the Archmage just runs coast to coast in order to get a little bit more healing at these Fountains of Health. He doesn't have the investment or the time to really invest into those very important Arcane Vaults as of yet, because he wants to get those sorceresses out slightly faster. Alright, Blade Master now coming across over here. No Warning is going to get cleared up. May drop another Circlet of Nobility. No, even better, Claws of Attack +6. One of the best items from that particular Null. As you now take a look, Archmage going to be running around, runs straight past a Shadow Hunter. Very lucky that he did not get hexed there, as the Footman now looking to perhaps put pressure on the Spirit Lodge. Now, normally you do see Beastmaster being used as well in this matchup, but based on the way Agatha is playing, it looks like he wants to play more of a late game strategy. All right, Water Elemental going to be tanking a little bit of damage. Meanwhile, Shadow Hunter back across over here. Blade Master level 2, level 1. Respectively, Mountain King now going to be showing up to the party, and this is always dangerous. If you're expecting a Beastmaster and all of a sudden a Mountain King shows up, things get very dangerous very, very quickly. Archmage chasing after Shadow Hunter. No such luck, though, as you see this one particular Hex unit now looking to back off. All right, Mountain King. Blade Master has to be very, very careful. Blade Master may end up getting storm bolted. Is he going to go chasing after a footman? Yes, he will. And he will be able to get away as the sorceresses are unable to get a slow off in time. Even if a slow was used, all of a sudden the Blade Master would just pop a potion of invulnerability, perhaps using it slightly earlier than he would like, but he would at least be able to escape and not fall too far behind. Mountain King off over here. Archmage sitting at level 2. Water Elemental up in the front, tanking. Second Water Elemental here. Is a Dust of Appearance going to be used? And if it is, when? Let's take a look. Blade Master gets to level 3. There's the Dust of Appearance. Using that just a little bit late, as the Blade Master is now currently revealed. And I do not believe the Mountain King has anything to really worry about there. Picking up a Wand of Mana Stealing, not nearly as useful, but could still pose some problems, as the Mountain King, sitting at level 1, sells the Wand of Mana Stealing, picks up Scroll of Healing, Potion of Lesser Invulnerability, and another 2 charges of Dust of Appearance. Militia not being called over. That is interesting there. Meanwhile, creeps now moving around on the map. Is the Archmage going to perhaps just go straight for level 3, level 2? That may not be too bad of an idea, except for the fact that the Blade Master is still nearby. There's a quick ensnare. Agatha going to lose at least a priest, if not, and a sorceress here. Footman looks as though it may end up taking a little bit of damage, as those ensnares really causing a bit of problems. Agatha now in trouble. He needs to find a way to turn things around, and in a hurry. Now quickly jumping inside right there. Speed Scroll now being used, counteracting all of that slow. Mountain King now coming in. Footman going to get taken down, and Worker is working his way through Agatha's army, and this is not looking good. All right, Speed Scroll now pretty much all gone. Attack speed of all the units are significantly decreased, as we now finally see a Spirit Walker out on the field. It does not have adept training, so it does not have the ability to disenchant all of this slow. This may have been an overcommitment by Worker now, as Agatha has Militia as backup support. Very, very high damage glass cannons, so to speak, and they are a bit too far away from home, as Footman now going to get taken down. Spirit Link finally out on the field. There goes another Worker there, as Blade Master gets bashed here. Potion of Invulnerability. Mountain King still trying to do a little bit of engagement. This is going to be 15 full seconds of nah, you can't touch me, but the Blade Master may be a little bit more worse for wear, as a Hex goes down. All right, Mountain King did not have enough for a Stormbolt. That is important, as we're looking at the remaining units now chasing after here. Are we going to perhaps get a number of easy peons? That is the question here. There goes one peon there. Another peon could get taken down, as a bash has still yet to proc. This has got to be, there you go, finally bashing a unit that was pretty much already dead. Ring of Regeneration on that Blade Master. Very, very useful item. As long as he is able to keep up those hit points. Ensnare going down onto one unit, onto 2, onto a peasant here, as we now are going to turn and fight. This is going to be a very dangerous situation to be in. Another Water Elemental being dropped down there. Disenchant across the board. That Water Elemental needs to just get taken down, and it looks as though, can't tell, nope, it looks like I can't tell if it was timed life or not. On a razor's edge right there. I guess I should have clicked the Blade Master to see if the experience was given, as the Shadow Hunter now sitting at level 3 with level 2 Healing Wave. All right, Worker seems to have mounted enough of a counter attack suddenly, as the Militia turned back into Peasants, and as the Mountain King only at level 2 right now, compared to a level 3 Shadow Hunter, and well, doesn't even matter about the level of the Mountain King, as he falls at level 2. All right, Shadow Hunter looking to fight back just a little at this point. Worker knows that he should not be doing any more chasing. Agatha is a bit too far away. Agatha cutting his losses, leaving that sorceress back there, and hoping that the other elves will forgive him. Now, what is Agatha's counterattack going to be? He needs to make up a lot of lost ground. He's at 40, or we're looking at 36 over 48 supply compared to 42, and that is with a Mountain King getting resurrected. Also, the Spellbreakers have not been nearly as effective, as we can see that the hero levels of level 4, level 3 clearly outclassing the level 3, level 2 Archmage and Mountain King. Now, if the Archmage can somehow muster up a good force, find a couple of favorable engagements, and not get creepjacked here in the next 2 minutes, he should be fairly even, and then he should be able to at least try and make a play. The big problem right now is, of course, that Blade Master is right there. Blade Master right nearby, that Ring of Regeneration, healing so much. There goes another, and there you have it. There goes one priest. Scroll of Town Portal is being used, and it looks as though another sorceress does get taken down in that engagement here. Shadow Hunter picking up Scourge Bone Chimes, so that Blade Master has 3 ways to really get healed. Ring of Regeneration adding a little bit of bonus healing. Scourge Bone Chimes every time the Blade Master even attacks. He will be getting, I believe, 10 to 15% of those hit points back. On top of that, Healing Wave and a very, very high mana Shadow Hunter is causing some problems, but here we go. There's the engagement. Spellbreakers, however, are ensnared. That is a 3 supply unit that you cannot be losing so easily at this point. We are relatively close to Agatha's home, so now in come the Militia. Militia are choosing to engage. There is another ensnare. Absolutely no real frontline units whatsoever. The Water Elementals need to somehow make their way and go up against the Spirit Walkers, deal more damage to the piercing, if at all possible, as the Blade Master is, you can see, still constantly sitting at full hit points. At this point, it may be even better to ignore the Blade Master and go after everything else, since that Blade Master is nearly unstoppable at this point. Alright, Blade Master sitting on the cusp of level 5. You can see how much hit points he has, and how much, well, mana the Shadow Hunter has, still sitting above 200 at 225 right now, so we'll have plenty of healing waves as the Mountain King, trying to snipe in a bit of unit losses here, but no, a 200 hit point critical strike from the Blade Master, maybe level 3. Well, I would actually assume it has to be a level 3 critical strike. Did not go for level 3 Windwalk. So the Blade Master at this point knows that, you know what, I am not going to be running around. I don't need that movement speed and that Windwalk bonus damage nearly as much as I want that critical strike bonus. That Blade Master still chasing after some units. It looks like a Water Elemental going to get taken down. The Shadow Hunter sitting at level 4. And the Mountain King still sitting at level 2. That earlier death on that Mountain King really causing the problem here. Not having level 2 Stormbolt to at least deal some sort of pick-off damage is making it difficult to get that last bit of experience. Alright, you can see the Mountain King is right there. Has a bit of mana. Is he going to be able to finish it off? Let's take a look at that. Worker able to get Healing Wave off on that Grunt, and now the unit is going to turn back around. Blade Master taking a little bit of a stun there, but doesn't really care. Spellbreaker in this fight, number 1 is going to fall. Spellbreaker number 2 feeling awfully lonely and awfully bloody after a 252 hit point critical strike. 4 times bonus damage. So high. As you can see, that another 244 right there. That Blade Master is slicing and dicing his way into game number 2 with a 1-0 lead. Just going to be a matter of time as Agatha really has no chance. Mountain King falling at level 2 once more as Worker goes into game 2 with a 1-0 lead. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed game number 1. Please stay tuned for game number 2 between Worker and Agatha.